In this grade 12 geography video, we are looking at the September preparatory examination and preparing for the upcoming preliminary examination. Starting with paper 1, we are going to be looking into the exam scope for geography grade 12 in paper 1 that you're going to be writing in your preparatory examination. So we are going to go through the question paper structure and all the topics that goes into the paper. Before we get into the scope, I wanted to let you know, or remind you rather, that my team and I are putting together virtual classes to help you prepare and help you with your last minute preparations, especially for those of you whom this date will fall the day before your examination. So we have 2 dates for each and every single paper that you're going to be writing with the subjects that we are covering. So the first dates are in blue. This is the initial dates where we are going to be offering the classes for geography paper 1. The first date for paper 1 is going to be on the 28th of August, and then we are also going to have repeat classes for geography paper 1. The repeat classes are going to be on the 9th of September, so meaning that the blue dates are the initial classes and the orange dates are the repeat dates. All you have to do to book your session is simply email me at priscilla.sanelane@gmail.com and let me know which paper you are booking for which subject, and make sure that you are aware of the dates in which we will be offering those classes. Everything that we are going to be covering in the scope video, if you want detailed revision of those topics, that's what your tutor will be covering on those specific dates. So just look for a date that is closer to your exam so that it helps you with those last minute preparations. Your question paper will be laid out in 3 questions only, and in those 3 questions they will be based on 3 main topics that will be broken down per question. So in question 1, what the main topic for question 1 is, it's the topic of climate and weather. And under the topic of climate and weather, what I recommend that you need to be able to be comfortable with before you walk into the examination room is the topic of synoptic weather map, global air circulation. Make sure that you revise mid-latitude cyclone as well as the tropical cyclone, and then also with that include the subtropical anticyclone, and then do the climates, that is the valley climate and the urban climate or the city climate. All of these topics that I have just mentioned is what we are going to be covering in those sessions for your virtual classes. So if you need any reminder, if you need any revision, what we are going to be focusing most is we are going to be focusing on the diagrams that are important and how the questions will be phrased from the question paper. So your tutor will be going with you through the question paper, how the questions are asked and how you should be answering them for you to be able to maximize the number of marks that you are going to get out of that paper. So what we are doing with the sessions is to make sure that every single one of the topics that we see as a high priority and what you need to make sure that you are comfortable with before you walk into the examination room, that's the topic that those are the topics rather that we are going to make sure that we polish up on, we revise on, and we work together on them, also to show you what you could have missed if you have been studying on your own. I do recommend that you use this scope video as a starting point for you to start studying on your own, and then when you come to the classes, you know that you will be coming to do a wrap-up session for your last minute preparation for the examination room. We also make sure that we do an entire walkthrough for those of you who may have not gotten time to study. So that's what we do in this virtual classes. So I highly recommend that you book yourself for those virtual classes, but also make sure that you play your part in that you come to the class prepared, having done your part. What is your part is to use this video as a starting point for you to be able to take your notes from your notebook. This video is simply a guidance to say that when you're going to study, what are you going to be studying, so that when you come to the virtual class, you come knowing what each topic is about, and what you're coming to collect is the information on how to answer the questions. Geomorphology is the main topic of your page question 2. That means that all the questions that will come up in your question 2 will be a breakdown from the main topic of geomorphology. So what is covered under that main topic is groundwater. So everything that has to do with groundwater is what you have to make sure that you have covered and you are comfortable with. Rivers. Now, this may seem like it's only 3 things, but when you take a topic like rivers, you know that there is quite a number of things that fall under it, so make sure that you are covering those. If you are interested once again in knowing what are the most important things that you need to hit on, that's where the virtual class will be useful. Then you also have to make sure that you look at drainage basins. So once again, the question 2 in your question paper will be on geomorphology. What you need to cover is groundwater, rivers, as well as drainage basins. Question 3 of your question paper is now going to be based on map work. So the main topic of your question 3 is simply map work. In map work, what your examiner will be testing is going to be map skills and calculations. So make sure that when you practice or you prepare for the examination, you are polishing up your map skills, and you are making sure that you know how to do the map calculations. You also are able to do map interpretation, meaning that you are able to read the map. That's what we call map reading, or rather map interpretation. So make sure that you are able to answer questions that relate to map interpretation. So as you are practicing your question paper, make sure that these are the skills that you are hitting on. And then the last thing with map work is GIS, that is the Geographical Information System. So make sure that you cover all 3 of these things. With map work, I always recommend that practice is better than anything else. So when it comes to map work, the best way to study map work is to go through the questions in the question paper, meaning that to do past papers and make sure that in this section you are comfortable in hitting every single one of this. You are comfortable with your map skills and calculations, you are comfortable with your map interpretation, and then you're also comfortable with your GIS.
Have YouTube recommend you more of my videos, be sure to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below.